Welcome back to the news at 10. Well, we did ask you to interact with the channel's eyewitness feature if you have any pictures, and we have some to show you. Let's begin with this one sent in from Pt.3 Street in Port Harcourt, River State, showing oil spillage and an unclean environment beside a restaurant. Our eyewitness reporter is calling on the relevant authorities to do something about this. Next is this photo from Abama Housing Estate in Umahia, the Abia state capital, showing a heap of refuse which our eyewitness reporter says has been there for months. He's calling on all those concerned to help clear the area. Still on the environment, our eyewitness reporter says this heap of refuse on the road leading to the popular Terminus Market in Jos Plateau State is not what one wants to see. And lastly is this photo of a bus conductor hanging onto the back of a commercial bus heading for the Ojuelegba Bridge in Lagos. Our eyewitness reporter says such acts should not be encouraged and is calling on the authorities to be on the lookout for this kind of behavior. Thanks a lot for sending in all your pictures, and do continue to send them to us right here on Channels Television. The Environmental Rights Action, that's a civil society organization, has advocated the need for a national basic social security scheme to address the needs of the unemployed. At an event in Abuja to mark the World Environment Day, the executive director of the Environmental Rights Action, Dr. Godwin Ojo, says environmental degradation and massive unemployment are largely responsible for the state of insecurity in the country. Dr. Ojo stressed the need for the unemployed to be placed on a monthly stipend of 10,000 naira as a way of discouraging them from engaging in criminal activities. Well, Governor Samuel Ortom of Benue State has denied the allegation of monetary inducements leveled against him by 16 members of the State House of Assembly. While inaugurating the 8th State Assembly in Makurdi, the governor also denied posing a threat to the life of any member as alleged by the PDP-led majority in the House. Mr. Ortom appealed to the lawmakers to avoid acts capable of setting both arms of government against each other. He then proceeded to formally inaugurate the Assembly with all 30 members present.
First Bank. You first.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to Business News. I am Adeshewa Josh. As the World Economic Forum on Africa meeting wraps up, participants and delegates unanimously agree that there should be more action and less talk. They also agree that removing impediments to the movement of goods and people around Africa is critical for economies to develop. Correspondent Harriet Agbe reports.
Conversations continue here at the World Economic Forum on Africa meeting at the CTICC in Cape Town, South Africa. Now, for most of yesterday, the sessions focused on Africa rising. Yes, Africa is rising, but it's not going to be, or it shouldn't always just be about talk. Let's talk about strategies. Let's talk about implementation. For most of the speakers at the session, it's really not all about talk anymore. It's more about implementing all of the talks, all of the ideas that have come up during conversations. Now, I've been speaking with a couple of participants at this meeting, and here's what they had to say.
What I see here is a lot of enthusiasm about Africa. People, international community is still very interested in Africa. Africa is now a big market. As one of the presentations I saw earlier was showing the map of the world, and Africa is presented as the second largest continent in the world, with a growing population that is forecast to be in the region of 2 billion by 2040, which presents itself as a big consumer market. And so those potentials are the things that's driving the long-term interest in Africa.
Industrializing Africa will improve intra-Africa trade. Why not do your cocoa processing in Nigeria instead of exporting it from Ghana to Switzerland and then back to Nigeria? So things like that are things, in my opinion, that will have to be worked on. The second thing, in my opinion, that needs to be worked on is intra-Africa travel. from Abuja to Cape Town, you need 2 stops. That doesn't make any sense. This is the 2 capitals of the top number 1 and number 2 economies in Africa. So intra-Africa travel, obviously travel will follow trade and trade will follow capital.
As conversations end here at the World Economic Forum on Africa meeting, the next question will be how quickly will the ideas put forward at this meeting be realized and implemented? A lot of speakers are hoping that the quicker and sooner it happens, the better for not just Africa, but for the countries as a whole. From Cape Town, South Africa, venue of the World Economic Forum on Africa meeting, I'm Harriet Agbenyi, reporting for Channels Television.
Thanks a lot, Harriet. And now we are being joined by Harriet Agbenyi again, live on the news at 10. Thanks a lot, Harriet, for joining us, if you can hear me.
Yes, I can, Adeshola.
Absolutely, thank you. Now tell us, what are the specific steps and actions participants have decided to take in order to be able to walk all of these talks?
Well, they've decided to look inwards. They say that you should look inwards look within Africa. You can find the solutions here. You don't always necessarily have to look at the foreign investors or foreign governments to help solve your problems. For instance, we know that we can boost Africa's energy. We've got all it takes. We can encourage the youth to play a stronger role in building the continent. We can also, through strong policies, strategies, and reforms, ensure that there's a strong macroeconomic stability in the economy. All the participants believe that, like I said in the report, it's enough talk. Let's begin to walk. Let's begin to implement. Let's begin to play. Let's begin to focus more on achieving all these ideas and all this talk that's been going on for so many years. The theme for this year's World Economic Forum Africa meeting is very apt, reimagining the future. What would the future be outside of all these challenges that are being faced? Corruption, security challenges, terrorism, rising financial debt, and the rest of it. And so they've all left this meeting with one thing firmly in their mind. They're going to put aside, or not necessarily put it aside, but it's still going to be there, but they're going to focus more on achieving everything, all the plans that they've talked about at this meeting.
Harriet Agbenyi there for us at the venue, well, in Cape Town, South Africa. She's been monitoring closely the World Economic Forum Africa, which rounded up today. Thank you so much, Harriet, for joining us on the News at 10. Harriet just gave us an update on what happened at the World Economic Forum Africa, that participants have agreed to walk the talk, put in place actions and policies that will allow Africa to move on to the next level. Thanks a lot. Now let's move on to other stories on the bulletin. Trading closed in the positive territory at the Nigerian Stock Exchange after 4 consecutive sessions of losses. The all-share index rose by 0.59%, and Temple Ashaju has the details.
Hello and welcome to the stock market reports. Equities retracted some of the losses recorded in the previous session to close market indicators positive this Friday. The all-share index rose 0.59% to settle at 33,664.91 points after bargain hunting was witnessed on some of the medium capitalized stocks. Now, the market breadth also ended the week positive as 23 stocks outweighed 16 equities, with oil marketing company Forte Oil in the lead by 5 naira 85 kobo. Presco and Zenith Bank turned in over 1 naira and 72 kobo each. Food giant Nestle continued to top the decliners log by shedding 1 naira, while WAPCO edged lower by 40 kobo, with Nascan coming as third in line. Top on the trades list is Diamond Bank, Zenith Bank, and Wapik Insurance. At the close of the session, over 198 million shares exchanged hands in 3,510 deals, and all was valued at 2.46 billion naira. And that ends the stock market report. I'm Temple Ashaju.
Thanks a lot, Temple. And that'll be all on business news tonight. The news at 10 continues in a moment.
First Bank. You first.
Mobile phone maker Infinix has launched its latest mobile device, the Infinix 0.2, in the Nigerian market. The phone, called the Next Hero, was presented to an audience at the main auditorium of the University of Lagos in Akoka. The latest addition to the Infinix family is stylish, slimmer, lighter and tougher features, which the company says fits the lifestyle of its customers.
In 10 months of first launching its brand in the country, Infinix has sold over 1 million phones in Nigeria.
If you know you love Infinix, another great round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
The acceptability of its products paves way for more designs, and one of them is the reason this all is filled.
Now, Infinix is changing the game.
The managing director of Infinix, Mr. Benjamin Jiang, presents the Infinix 0.2 to guests, while Mr. Pt.3 tells the story behind its making.
We understand that the environment of using the phone is complicated in this region, and people are expecting more from the liability of the phone. So that's the reason why we adopt the latest technology, including Kevlar and Glorious Glass 3. Although the Infinix Smart 02 is only 6.7 millimeters slim, we are still using a 2,300 mAh battery, so which can enable people to use a full day without charging.
Slim, light, handy and tough, the Infinix 0.2 weighs just 118 grams and made up of Kevlar technology and a Corning Gorilla Glass, which makes it even 5 times stronger.
Another important thing is about the screen. It's made of Samsung Super AMOLED screen, 5-inch HD. So the resolution is very fantastic. Another thing is about the camera. It's a new revolutionary camera with a wider shot, 85 degrees of the front camera. So I think technology is what we do for today, but innovation is what we do for tomorrow.
Its 5-megapixel wide-angle camera with 0.5 per second focus makes taking selfies even more fun. The Infinix 0.2 comes in variants of 16 GB and 32 GB inbuilt memory and is available in 3 colors of gold, red and black. The Next Hero, as it's been touted, is now available at mobile phone stores and e-commerce platforms across the country. Henry Ogunjimi, Channels Television News.
Well, Honeywell Flour Mills PLC has held its annual Customers Forum for the year 2015. The makers of Honeywell wheat meal, semolina and pasta also unveiled a new product, spicy chicken noodles, in a 120-gram pack. Our correspondent Mary Alali Yusuf reports.
The Customers Forum starts with the appreciation of the company's dealers for standing with them in spite of the challenges in the last financial year.
Very important is the traffic situation in and around Apapa, where our flour factory is located. Despite these challenges, you showed us tremendous support with your continued patronage of our brand.
The national sales manager reels out the company's successes.
We have completed and commissioned 2 new flour mills. We have also commissioned a new noodles line, and we have introduced a new product into the marketplace. That product is a composite flour.
It's now time to reward the dealers, both regional and national. Finally, a new product, Honeywell Spicy Chicken Noodles, is unveiled.
We are working extensively on sorghum because we believe that sorghum offers a lot more nutrient possibility.
We control 65% of the market share in wheat meal category. Wheat meal has been a product of success for Honeywell because we are the market leader.
For sure, it's a very good quality product. Considering their flour, their semolina, their whole wheat meal, the pasta and the noodles, they are all nice.
Honeywell has also introduced a free pack of spaghetti in every carton of Honeywell spaghetti and macaroni, and 15% more noodles in every pack of Honeywell noodles in the first quarter of the new financial year. Mary Alale Yusuf, Channels Television News.
Next on the news at 10, ex-Saddam Hussein aide Tariq Aziz dies after a heart attack. Join us again.